Hello and welcome back to the Motorhome Review channel. I'm asking today, is this the best compact motorhome you can buy? And together we're going to find out the answer to that question. So what is this motorhome? Well, this is the Malibu I 441 KBLE. Now, Malibu is a premium German manufacturer and the I441 is actually the smallest motorhome in their range. This one that we're going to be looking at today is just 6 metres and 57 centimetres long, and I am excited to show you it. So let's find out a bit more about it. Now, the Malibu Integrated or A-Class range is available on Fiat and Mercedes. This one today is the Fiat-based motorhome, and the great news is it has a gross vehicle weight of 3.5 tonnes, so you can drive this on your car licence. You don't need your C1, so it's accessible for lots of us. So let's make a start, first of all, talking about the Fiat. So this 4-berth with 4 travel seat motorhome based on the Fiat has a 2.2 litre diesel engine, 140 horsepower and automatic transmission as standard. Now you may be wondering, how much is it? Well, prices start at £93,000. When you add the chassis pack, it becomes £98,000. So realistically, as a base price point, you're looking at £98,000. Let's talk about size. I've already told you it's a compact motorhome. It is 6 metres and 57 centimetres long for the 2026 season. If you were to opt for the Mercedes version, it's 6 metres and 70 centimetres long. In terms of width, now this is an interesting one. So on paper, it is a compact width. It's 2 metres and 17 centimetres wide. However, that is sidewall to sidewall. At its widest point, and I've actually measured this myself, it's 2 metres and 24 centimetres wide when you include the bumpers. So take that into consideration when you are looking at that figure. Height-wise, 2 metres and 97 centimetres. I've already told you it is a 3.5 tonne gross vehicle weight, 3,500 kilos, and that's shown here on that lightweight there. The really good thing about Malibu is their integrated range, the A-Class, is available on the lightweight chassis and also a comfort chassis, and their comfort chassis is 4.2 tonnes. So you can opt for this vehicle on Mercedes with a comfort chassis or on Mercedes with a lightweight as well. This one here on our Fiat is the lightweight. Now this vehicle I'm showing you today is actually a 2025 model. The 2026 model, there is a slight difference, and that's noticeable on the headlights, the graphics and the rear end, but none the same, it doesn't detract from what we're looking at. So first of all, the integrated, we can see the Malibu, a company of Cartago up there at the top. We come down, we've got the huge integrated windscreen. Now this is the benefit of an integrated motorhome. We'll see when we go inside the beautiful view out. It's panoramic and you can enjoy your journey before you even get to where you're going. Then we come down and we've got the front mask here, the Malibu, and then we've got the gloss grille here and then the headlights. We'll venture off down the offside first of all. Because it is a German manufactured vehicle, you'll find the habitation door here on the offside as well. So next up, as part of this integrated finish, we've got the cab window here, the coach style mirrors. These are heated and electrically operated. Up on the roof, you can add a solar panel if you wish to do so. You can add Wi-Fi as well up there. The Fiat alloy wheels, and then coming down you'll notice there's no door into the cab. Yes, it's right-hand drive, but the cab door is over on the near side, and again we'll see that when we go over there. If you don't want right-hand drive, if you spend a lot of time driving in Europe, you can actually order this motorhome in left-hand drive, so that's something to consider. Continuing down the habitation door with awning light, you do get an electric step, and as I come down you'll notice the ground clearance as well. There's fabulous ground clearance on the 441. Awning, you can fit that as an optional extra. You can either order that as a factory fit or you can ask your dealer. Price wise you're looking at around £1,600 for the full length awning on this model. Then we have our vent for the Dometic tower fridge and freezer. and the vent for the Truma air-blown heating. On board, you're going to get the Truma 6E. So that heating system, when you're on electric hookup, you can run it off your electric, or you can use gas. And when you're off-grid, it's going to run solely off gas. If you opt for the 441, on the Comfort chassis, the 4.2 tonne model, you can have Alder wet central heating as an option. That personally would be something I'd choose if I had that Comfort chassis. I'd go for the Alder. Then we have our electric hookup point there, so when you do arrive on site you can hook up, and the grey waste dump is just under there. You're going to have a 90 litre grey waste tank. I'll show you the freshwater filler when we go round. Now, one thing Malibu do really well are garages on their motorhome. So let's open up our garage door. Now, I always say this whenever I do a review of Malibu, that they have a fabulous sized garage, and the 441, despite its compact size, has this phenomenal storage area here. Depending on the Comfort or the lightweight chassis that you choose, obviously be careful of the amount of weight that you put here behind your rear axle, but these can be used as scooter garages depending again on that payload. So in the back here we've got a strip light so you can illuminate your garage space. There's vents from the Truma air-blown heating in here, so you can see the amount of space you've got for all your equipment. Now, on board you will get a 90 amp hour lithium battery. You can add an inverter as well if you want, a 2000 watt inverter. That's going to cost you around £1,600, and you can also add a further lithium battery and complement that with your solar if you're more interested in that off-grid capability. So lithium, inverter and solar is all possible on the Malibu. Right, I'll close the garage up. Now, coming round the back end, Malibus always have a nice back end. The 2026 model is slightly different. It does have the new dynamic design rear end, which has got a black finish around the lights. This one on the 2025 finish is the white. There is a rear view camera situated up there. That is an optional extra that you can add as part of your specification when designing your Malibu. The Malibu badge, and then again it says here the lightweight 3.5 tonnes. Let's go down the near side. So near side we have another garage door in here, and then this is our gas locker. Now this is fabulous. So in here you have got storage for two 11 kilo gas bottles, and this one's got the optional slide out gas tray as well, so it makes it really easy to access your gas bottles. You can slide them out to get them out, so you're not having to dig about in the back of your gas locker to remove them, to fill them. So excellent system there, and as I say, that one is an optional extra. Close that back up. Then we have our freshwater filling point on board. A good sized fresh tank, 125 litres, and I've already told you that the grey waste is 90. Then our toilet cassette point. Now, a really good system that Malibu fit is the SOG ventilation. I've experienced that myself on the Malibu and was really impressed. I've never used one before, and SOG ventilation I think is the way forward. And what it does is it takes the usual smells from your toilet cassette and vents them straight out of the roof. And I must say, when we were on the campsite, I did not smell anything outside, because that is a concern people often have. But for me, excellent system. You still empty the toilet in the normal way, but it just has a ventilation system. And then here, because the Malibu integrated motorhome has the double floor, you can see here we've got storage underneath, and it goes all the way to that other side. You have got access as well from inside to some further storage in the double floor, which I'm going to be showing you, but a nice service hatch there. And then here we have our diesel filling point, and then we've actually got the entrance and exit door from the cab here on the near side. So if I open this up, now I've turned the chairs ready for us to go in. Obviously they'd be facing forward when you're on your travels, so you're going to actually get in what is our passenger side. You'll notice there is quite a high ground clearance there, but even for myself, not a problem just to get your leg and clamber up. The one thing I'll mention is what I found when I tested out a Malibu integrated motorhome is that if you were driving like I was, to get out I either had to climb over Jules as my passenger or go out of my habitation door, so that's something to be aware of. You will, in these windows, get blinds as well, the same as in the front windscreen. You get the electric windows, and then you've got the controls as well for the mirrors, and then a speaker as well. And we can already see the nice finish here, the cream, the chrome, and that wood trim. I'm looking forward to showing you in here. As you'll know, I always say the interiors of the Malibus really do always impress. So let's go inside and take a look. So that's the exterior of the 441. Let's go in and find out why I think this layout makes this motorhome the best compact motorhome you can buy. Come on, let's venture in. So opening up the habitation door, it is nice wide door. There is a fly screen. So here we have a chrome handle. In the window, the concertina blind for privacy, a little bit of storage here in these compartments, and then the electric step. So I'll deploy the step. Always stand well back before you understand fully the swing of your own step, because you don't want a nasty injury on a shin. So step out and in we go. So we'll venture into the lounge first of all. Now this is beautiful. I'm already smiling as I go in. Right, now, bear in mind, compact length, compact width. What do we get in here? So first of all, let's start up in the Fiat cab. You do get the infotainment system, and the rear view camera will also be visible up here at the front. The Fiat digital dash, the automatic transmission, and then this fabulous view out of our windscreen. Admittedly, we haven't got a fabulous view of the campsite. We've got the view of the dealership, but you get the idea. When I drove one of these, what I really liked was that fabulous view all around me. So that's the Fiat front. There is a manual pull down blind there and the blinds at the side. Now the seats, again, beautifully upholstered. We've got this quilted finish. There are choices in fabrics with Malibu as well. I'll put a link obviously in the description to the Malibu website so you can see all the finishes, but nice colour choices. And the armrests are finished as well in that same material. I've turned the chairs around and we've made this now into our lounge cum dining room space. Now again, one thing Malibu always do really well is the relaxation space, even in a smaller motorhome like this. Let's start here first and then I'll work my way over there. So what the 441 does, many motorhomes have a bench seat. It's not always practicable on a smaller one. However, what they've done is they have produce this small seat that does slide backwards and forwards, so you can still turn this captain's chair fully around, so you can get 5 people sat around this table. So you've got chairs here where I'm sat as well, and then we move into this lounge space. Now the table, it is fixed. I'll just stand up and demonstrate how you use that. So at floor level there is a button. When you press that down, you can then slide your table around, so you can move that to where you need it to be. The table doesn't fold, it's fully extended as it is. Now here, another thing that I really like is you actually have, again, you can press the button and move this further away. You haven't just got a forward-facing seat. You've got here as well, it wrapping around. You can see that under the table. So a cushion here, so you can get your feet up. Other people can sit around. There's space to relax in here. It's not just that single seat. So I do very much like that. Obviously, I'd push that table away from me. So this is our lounge space. I'll just demonstrate the television before I move on, because this is a very clever use of space. Again, instead of having a bracket and a TV visible, we have here a concealed television. This is a 24-inch TV. This is one of the packs that you can opt to have fitted, and you can see the television here, so slide that out. Now again, it's watchable if you sat on those captain's chairs, on this side chair, and even down here on this L shape as well. So TV, and when you are finished with it, put it away, and there we go. So beautifully concealed. Now moving along, we have space here for storage in our lounge area, a shelf, and again, a nice feature, we've got the wood, and back here, this is a cream fabric, so it's a padded wall at the back. It's not a plain plastic finish. There's some speakers for the sound system and light switches, and then we come down and what you'll see is the blinds and these little net curtains. These pull along. You do get a fly screen and you get the blinds. The blinds on the Malibu are the plastic style. This is very common across European manufacturers, and the benefit is, as opposed to concertina, which can let light in at the sides, you'll find these let very little light in at the side. So they are actually just potentially a superior blind, obviously. Opinions vary on that, depends what you like personally. Now, what you'll also find is a bed above the lounge. Now, this has 4 berths. Here are 2 of them. This is a manual drop-down bed. You're going to pull the bed down, and up there you're going to find 190 centimetres of length on your bed and 160 centimetres of width. So that's a good size pull-down bed for adults or children. When you finish with the bed, push it back up. Really nice. And another thing I like is running under the bed, we have this leather fabric finish here, which again is soft and padded, and the lighting as well, running round, beautiful lighting, LED and those downlighters as well. Storage for shoes. So when you come in to the 441 and you've got wet shoes and you want somewhere to put them, you have this clever system here under the bench seat. Pull that out and that's where shoes will go. I already told you as well, it has 4 travel seats, 2 at the front and then 2 here. You can see the seat belts here. You have a seat belt concealed behind there, and then if you pull this down, your other seat belt's there as well. So excellent way to conceal that as well. It's not there all the time when you're trying to enjoy your relaxation space. Over to here, so this is where we came in, are Malibu control panels under here. So all the functions of your motorhome are on this panel. I've used this Malibu panel myself and it's really easy. So if you're a little bit of a technophobe, you won't worry with that one, really straightforward. Coming in, somewhere to hang coats here. And again, another nice feature, the M of the Malibu embossed on there, and then light switches and a plug socket as well as this handle. The good thing again with the Malibu is they haven't overcomplicated light switches. People often find with motorhomes you can't find the right switch for the right light. A simple bank of light switches. And then into our kitchen. So the KBLE, we have this kitchen style here on the offside. Again, for a compact motorhome, we're not overly compromising here. We've got our space on here. Now, one thing I often mention about this gas hob, if I lift this up, you will get 3 gas burners. The one thing I've potentially noticed is it might be a bit excessive. Do we just need 2 and we could have gained this back as worktop space? That's a potential option, but otherwise you are getting 3. So if you enjoy cooking in your motorhome, there you go. Now coming across, this is a clever system that Malibu use. The sink cover, it is in 2 parts, as you can see. What you do with this part is you attach it into here. So that slides in there. So we haven't wasted this. We haven't just put it in a cupboard. We've put it on here and we now have some additional worktop space. Don't overload it, but it's somewhere to put items, and that's pretty secure. So we have this adaptation in our kitchen, which is nice. And then when you go back on your travels, put that back. Then obviously our chrome sink, the circular kitchen sink, and then the window. We have a cream gloss splashback, and then the window, it does open, and again a blind and a fly screen there. Light switch, plug socket again, lighting, and then the cupboards. Let's have a look in these. Now this one at Malibu, has the optional coffee machine, so that's an option if you want to add it. If you don't, obviously you'll gain extra space there. This does slide out as well. This back wall again is nicely padded. The hinges, nice and strong hinges. Drop these down. The finish on the Malibu for the 2025 season has this cream gloss with the wood and then the chrome. As we make our way down, good sized bank of drawers here. Pull these out. Now these are soft close, and then the chrome latches just click into place. Pull this one out. Good depth and good sized drawer. Close that one, and then down here this is a fabulous one. So you can put some of your larger kitchen items, pans and what have you in this one. Now, under here, you'll have access to your gas valve, so you can isolate the gas under there if you need to. And then this is an option. This is a dual gas oven and grill by Thetford. So if you do want an oven and you're speccing up a Malibu, make sure that you do add one. And then under here, this is a good system. So we have a little bit of storage here, and then in this part, there's a pull-out bin store. So you've got two separate parts, whether it be for recycle and general waste or a food waste bin. So really good. Again, we haven't just got a bin on display somewhere. It's nicely secreted away for when we're on our travels. Continuing on with storage, down here at floor level, when I was outside, I mentioned about underfloor storage. So if I lift this up, you'll find storage compartments within the floor. So this is ideal for putting tins, bottles, further shoes, whatever it might be. And also here, you've got your Truma frost protection reset button under there and a valve there too. Let me just close that back up. While we're down here, the flooring, it has the concrete effect flooring as well. Now, moving back, so as we move back, I'm going to come to this part shortly, but we'll just take a look at the ceiling now as we're moving back. We've got a large sunroof that opens with a blind and a fly screen. The ceiling itself, it is a solid finish in white, plenty of ceiling lighting. Malibu always deliver on the lighting as well. And then we come back to our tower fridge freezer, 133 litre capacity. If I open this up, now, this is an absorption fridge and freezer. So when you're on electric hookup, you're going to set this to run off electric. If you're off grid, it's going to run off gas, but you've got storage for two big gas bottles, so no issue there. So that is your Dometic tower fridge and freezer. With these, always make sure before you set off, you've pushed back that fridge door to make sure it's closed fully. Now, I'll come to the washroom very, very soon. This is a clever little system, but I'm going to move further back and continue showing you the bedroom space next. So storage there as we go back. Now, the reason I potentially think this is the best compact motorhome is because sometimes with a compact, in terms of compact length, you compromise. You don't have a fixed bed. You've simply got a drop-down bed above your lounge. And that can be a put-off for some people because they want a fixed bed. To be honest, I love a fixed bed. I just want to come to bed. It's as simple as that. Well, look at this and the length of these single beds. I'll just climb up here first of all. So on the 441, we have two longitudinal beds or single beds. When I say about length, this one here on the near side is 200 centimetres long. So even for the tallest of people, 200 centimetres is going to cover most people. It's 85 centimetres wide. This one on the offside is 190 centimetres long and 85 centimetres wide. So you've got two excellent sized single beds back here. You'll notice there's a cushion in the middle as well. So again, you can use this as a double. I'll just lift this up. You can see the slats running under. And then what you do when you want to make this into a double bed, a clever system again that Malibu have, instead of having to use a ladder and climb up, this simply, if I pull this, slides out. So you slide this out and then there's a further cushion here. Slide that in and we now have an enormous full-size bed running all the way across the motorhome and up the steps here. So on a night time, if you have to get up in the night, you're not trying your best to clamber down a little ladder. You've actually got a nice little step. So brilliant system. And then when it goes back in, simple as that. And then you can use it as singles if you wish. Now back here, I must say, it's a beautiful space. You do actually want to come and lay back here. Now, cupboards, these match the same as we saw in the kitchen area. If I open these up, again, nice that we're not just hitting the ceiling. They are finishing here, strong clasp. So you've got two lockers here for clothes. And then Coming round, there's the open space here on some shelving. There's a USB charging point here and a plug and some little downlights as well. So nice at the back. And then if I lift this up, we've got lockers above us here at the back as well. Curvature at the back wall, and it is a solid wall at the back there. This hasn't got the padded finish that we saw before. Close these down, and then another USB charging point. These aren't USB Type-Cs, it's USB. They have just got that there. And then these little lights as well, just back here. The shelving running round. Now, I'll just point out something that you may be looking at and thinking, what are those? So along the back, there is a mirror. Brilliant idea, because it makes the motorhome feel longer than it is. Padded again here. And then there's these little metal bars. I've reviewed these and I kept thinking, why is the metal bars on the back wall? Well, I discovered it when I tested one out. I got the cushion kit, and they're actually cushions that attach on here and become sort of a headrest or lower headboard. So that's what they're for. There's cushions that do attach there and complement that beautifully. So you don't just have this white wallboard, you've got beautiful cushions at the back. So that runs along the back. And again, lovely lighting, LED lighting running around there. A sunroof here, this opens, there's a blind and a fly screen. So that's that side. And then coming along, more cupboards and more shelving. You can have an optional television back here as well. That's something that you can add if you want. Let's look at the storage under the beds next. So, dropping down, under each bed there's storage. If I open this, you'll see under here, these are the cushions that I referred to. These are the ones that you attach on those metal bars. So that's wardrobe space under the near side bed. And if I lift this as well, I'll just show you under here. So under here, if I take that out, you can see it goes all the way down into that floor level. So you've got plenty of depth in there for your storage too. The bar acts as your wardrobe. Now, one thing as well that you can do on Malibu is lift your cushion and lift this and gain access into this space. So you don't have to open this door if you don't want. You can just reach in and take clothes out. One thing to just be mindful of is once you put your single bed sheet on here, this won't lift quite as easily. You'd have to lift the whole thing. And over here on the offside, again, we have storage under this side as well. And this one has a shelving unit, and then you drop down there into deeper floor level. And this also has the same system here where you can lift that up as well if you like. And then closing that up. Here, this floor, you're going to have access to your fresh water tank if you need to clean it out. You can also dump some of the water out there if you need to for driving. Drop that back down. Right, so wait till we get to this next bit. So that's our bedroom. Fabulous, excellent size beds for the size of the motorhome. Now, Malibu also have an excellent design. They have produced a dressing room here. So what I'll do, I'm just going to step in here. I'm going to ask you to come through here. So if you make your way through, and then I will demonstrate this. So this area, what you do when you want to use your shower room, get dressed, this door is going to go across. There's a magnetic catch here, so it's going to finish there. And this door is going to come all the way down and create this dressing room. Obviously, you need to make sure you've drawn the blinds in your bedroom before you get changed. But again, for a compact motorhome, we now have this fabulous space to get changed, and it leads into this washroom. This is obviously a very clever little space for such a small motorhome. If you're using it just by yourself back here, you can leave it open. If someone's in the bedroom, obviously you're going to close your door. I'll just demonstrate the door shut so you can see that shut from that side. And then I'll reopen it and continue showing you the bathroom. So in here, this is a shower room, washroom, toilet room, everything together. So let's start down here on the toilet. So it's the Thetford swivel toilet. So obviously you can move this around wherever you need it to be. So you can still close the door One thing I like, which I've not seen before, is this wooden finish on the toilet lid. I've never seen that on the toilet before, so I do like that. And then coming up, there's a vent for the air-blown heating in here, and then a little cupboard for storage there. And then as we move up, we've got a shelf and then a further cabinet. Now, we haven't got any bars though, unfortunately. There's nothing there to stop our toiletries from moving. I would have liked to have seen that on a motorhome at this price point, but there's still plenty of room for toiletries. I like the wood finish as well. That's nice as we move across, and we have this mirror which is beautifully illuminated, 2 lights here, and then the Hollywood star lighting going down. Toothbrush holders, there's light switches, and under there's also a plug socket as well, and then the sink. So we have this shaped sink. A good thing again is there's no intrusion here, so you can get your head right over your sink. You haven't got a cabinet that's going to interfere. Now you're probably wondering, well, where's the sink tap? This is an all-in-one shower, I'll demonstrate that in a minute, and the sink. So if you're not using your shower, replace this into here, and you're going to use that here at this part. Continuing down, there's a toilet roll holder, and then at floor level there are 2 plug holes finished in chrome. Now let me demonstrate the shower area. So up here there's a little catch. Pull that catch, it goes up and down, I've discovered, and then we're just simply going to pull this across and cover the toilet with it, and it'll end there. There is a metal plate and a magnet, so it will not go any further. It's fixed in place. There is a good size sunroof up there. Again, that opens, blind and a fly screen. Then we come down, we have this plastic part of the shower cubicle. This drops down to prevent too much water splashing all over your toilet and elsewhere. And then we step in and use the shower. One thing I also noticed that I thought was quite clever was I did worry that that little catch was going to rub on our veneer here. However, on closer inspection, there's actually a plastic cover on there to prevent that from happening. So you can see on there, it's got a cover. So that's good as well. Right, stepping into the shower. Now, there's always a compromise, and on a motorhome that's compact in length and width, it potentially is going to be in the shower. To be fair, this isn't a bad space. So I think you're probably going to potentially have your foot up onto here, but you're in here. Take this out, obviously use it as the shower. You can attach it back onto there. That'll slide up and down. Chrome finish again, and there is a shower screen. So let me demonstrate that. So you would have this down over your loo, and then this simply pulls around, and there you are in. And to be fair, you know, it is a usable space. When I've got my foot up here, yeah, that's not bad. In terms of headroom, if you're wondering, this motorhome has 1 metre and 98 centimetres of headroom, and that certainly is apparent here in the shower space as well. Right, so that is a really clever shower room and dressing room area on the Malibu. Right, I'll put that back up there. I'll make sure the shower's out of the way for pushing this back. That goes back into place like that. Just always make sure you've locked yourself back in. And there we go, the shower screen's away, and that's the bathroom space. Clever idea. The only thing I noticed that I personally feel is missing is somewhere to hang my towels, because there's no bar up here to pull down and hang my towel. There's no hooks anywhere to hang my towel. So the compromise I found is I've nowhere to hang my towels. So maybe you just have to buy some additional hangers. I don't know. So yeah, that was it. But yeah, absolutely fabulous. Right, let me close that up. So let's just summarise back there first of all and make our way out of the motorhome. So the bedroom, longitudinal beds, 200 centimetres long, 190 centimetres long, can be made into a double. Storage underneath, the dressing room system, the bathroom with the shower, toilet and wash basin. Then we come through here, our kitchen, 3 gas burners, we've got the oven fitted as the optional extra, the storage with the coffee machine and a tower fridge and freezer. into the lounge area. For the size of the motorhome, this is certainly not a compromise. A fabulous relaxation area, the television that pulls out, our drop-down bed if we are using it as a 4-berth, and then space around us here. It does not feel a small space at all. Let's climb out. So as we come out, we use our electric step and we see again the exterior of the 441. So why did I think that that potentially is the best compact motorhome? Because it is a compact length, 6 metres and 57 centimetres. It is a compact width, and you are not compromising on the fixed bed, the relaxation space, the kitchen, the washroom. There's not really any compromise for the size of the motorhome. What would I add? I definitely want an awning personally on there. Probably want an air conditioning unit, particularly if I'm doing Europe quite regularly. Other than that, pretty much everything on there that I would want. I know some of you would be adding an inverter, further lithium and solar panels. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed having a look. I've enjoyed it. I must say, Malibu is one of those manufacturers where you look at the finish on it, you look at the exterior, you look at that interior, and it is beautiful. I have certainly enjoyed having a look at that. Very interesting, like a little TARDIS. I'd just like to say thank you to Maple Leisure here in East Yorkshire who've let us come and do this review today. That's appreciated. In the description, I'll put a link to Maple and I'll also put a link to Malibu, and you can check out your local dealership for these motorhomes. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.